My name is Luther. I'm a deacon of Pastor Reggie's church. I'm a maestro of choir. I'm a musician. My greatest testimony is that I am saved. Jesus saved my life. It transfers me from the darkness of His wonderful light. I had two periods in my life that marked my life. My first sickness, it was when I was toddler. I had a sickness that called coma malaria. That's why the doctor told me that the sickness, we call it sickness. I spent 3 days in coma, in faith, but I didn't know what was happening. It was like seizures. It took me like a seizures. It just fell me down, and when I got to the hospital, the doctor said to Mom, if I didn't get to the hospital on time, I would be dead. I would be dead. Fortunately, God sent a car was passing by on time, so the car give me a ride, and it took me to the hospital. And after 3 days, I was free from the hospital, and the doctor asked Mom not to send me to school anymore. I was in 3rd grade in primary school. So from that day, my mom, stopped me from going to school. And then after a year, I say, I want to go back to school. I want to go back to school. But it was the plan of the devil, so that I will not be successful in my education. So God, thanks to God, I go back to school. I finish my classical school. I go to university, and then I can learn whatever I want right now, because God take that curse over me. And the worst sickness, the second one was I had pneumonia. So the first, it started like that. I started to coughing. I went to a clinic that was close to my house. They gave me medicine for TB. I thought that I was TB, and I kept taking medicine for TB. But I realized that thing was gonna go from bad to worse. I leave Port-au-Prince to go to my countryside, and so that my parents could take good care of me. And my father find out that I was things was gonna go seriously more bad. He took me to another hospital, and the doctor, when they diagnosed me, they find out it was water I had in my lung. So I had my water in my left lung. So before going to that hospital, everyone that was coming to see me, they going back with tears, because they thought that when they come back to see me, they were not gonna see me anymore, because they thought I was gonna die. And I had short breath. So even I moved my head like that to look at somebody, I was exhausted. My voice was very short, so I could not breathe. I thought I was gonna die too. And when the doctor say I have to make a surgery at once, so they just made me a surgery, and they plug a machine where they could pull the water, and they plug that machine. When they plug that machine, they run the machine to pull the water, but I could not support. I could not bear it anymore, because the pain was so hard. It was so painful. I said, no, I cannot bear it. I could not support it. Every day they run the machine once a day. They run the machine once a day, but for a couple seconds, because I was screaming at the hospital because I could not support it. It was like someone split you in half and just pull everything inside of you without anesthetize. So the last time I was gonna free from that pain, the doctor took me to another room to make me an X-ray, like a sonography. And I could see that in the screen. The doctor was explaining to the other doctor, the Haitian doctor, he was explaining to him, say, you see, this amount of water, it's thick. So we have to get rid to that water. Instead of running the machine once a day, we have to run the machine twice a day right now, even though the patient is suffering. When I heard that, I said, Lord, you know I cannot bear it anymore. Whether you take the pain for me, or you try the water up. But I say that prayer with Jesus at that same night when I first hear the doctor say that. But in the next morning, when the nurse came to run the machine is running, but no water. I wondered what was happening. The nurse could not understand what was happening, but he called the doctor at once, saying that the machine is broke. When I heard that, I said, wow, oh Lord, how come I've been through all this and the machine is broken, they have to change the machine for the next one, and I don't know, I cannot understand it. Oh Lord, what happened? What you are doing to me right now? When the doctor came, he started the machine and say, no, the machine is good, it's not broke, but the liquid is done, the water is done. When I heard that, I said, wow, the liquid is done. But last night I saw as the screen how the water was really thick, and the water was, it was so we had a lot of water in that lung. We had a lot of water left in that lung. It was so thick. The doctor said to the nurse that he had to run the machine twice a day right now. So how come the liquid is done right now? So they sent me to make another X-ray to find out if what the doctor said was true. But they find out the water was all done. Because I prayed to God, I could not support it anymore. Lord, I could not bear it anymore. Whether you take the pain from me or you try the water. Jesus did it at the same night. The same night the water was dried up. But I give God all praise, all my glory, all my honor for what he has done in my life.